We have a family from Guatemala who came here. It's a husband and wife and their 3 children. They came to the United States without status beginning of the 2000s, 2001 or 2002, because the youngest daughter was sick. So they came here to get her medical treatment. They worked, the husband and wife worked for probably 8 or 9 years without status to try and give this family a better life. We met them somewhere around 2014 or 2015.
Mariana and Jose Merida came to the U.S. after their daughter Anna was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis.
I came first with my daughter. I came first, and then 6 months later, 6-7 months later, he came with my 2 kids and my mother.
Un tiempo muy difícil porque estar separado de su esposa.
It was a tough time because to be separated from your wife and daughter was a hurtful experience.
Just trying to, fight and be strong with my daughter's situation. That was a very hard time.
Empezar de nuevo, ya que en mi familia y toda mi familia pasamos por un proceso muy difícil.
I basically had to start all over with my family. It was a difficult process. Being in Guatemala and coming to the United States, it saddened us, but what was important that we were united.
Lo más importante era que estábamos unidos.
He had a very good job back in Guatemala, but by the time he came here, it pretty much became like he was a newborn. He had to reestablish and have many different jobs, which were very, painfully hardworking, many hours too, and very little pay.
Ir a escoger pescado.
My first job was a fisherman. The company was in Maine. I had to travel for 2 hours. It was a simple job but involved a sacrifice. I worked at a bakery. It was a great experience since I never did anything like this in Guatemala. In Guatemala, my job was with numbers, accountability, and audits. The family, at times, were fearful of their surroundings and law enforcement.
Seeing the worries that my parents had when we were growing up, usually, about money, but also, about not being able to have that back of enforcement. The law enforcement didn't really have our back just because we didn't have documentation. There's times where my parents and I and our whole family would be in the car, and like a police officer or a cop car would drive by, and everyone would go, shh, like, stay quiet, don't look at him.
Mainly just that, about the police being in the car, guys, when my dad would say, guys, if you see the police, just don't make eye contact with them. After he said that, I'd have that in the back of my mind, and every time I'd see one, I'd be like, Dad, there's one.
I remember him telling us that sometimes it would hurt him knowing that he'd come home and he wasn't able to spend too much time with us. Same with my mom. Sometimes she'd stay late at work and then come really, really late. And the one who took care of us was my grandparents since they lived right across.
Un momento bien difícil para mí y muy doloroso porque yo me iba a las 5 de la mañana de mi casa.
All the stories that I heard that he had to go through, it was it's touching, to see that my family had to go through a lot to get to the place that we are right now.
Y regresaba a las 12 de la noche. Y a ellos nunca los vi caminar.
It was a tough time for me, very hurtful.
Tampoco
I would
conocí
leave
las
at 5 a.m. from my house and return at 12 at night. I never see my kids walk. I never meet their teachers. I never went to anything.
Entró al quirófano y
over 1,000 green card holders have received citizenship through Project Citizen.
So the only way to be eligible for citizenship is to have a green card, to be a legal permanent resident. There's no path to citizenship for anyone who doesn't have status.
Y él fue el que prácticamente me ayudó y él me dijo que si yo quería tomar una ley que se llama 245I, Yo, como tenía apenas 5 o 6 meses de haber venido a Estados Unidos, no tenía mucho conocimiento acerca de esa ley, y él me habló acerca del proceso que él había tenido y en los 2 años que le había salido su green card. Entonces yo dije que sí estaba interesado y hablamos con el dueño. En la compañía más o menos había como 100 y algo de personas.
I remember being excited with my wife for our workers permit, then 5 months later being excited for our residency.
En la ley 245.
And the package was for the whole family. And that was another miracle. You know, that was, we really happy when everything come true and we really see that can really happening.
Such like a humongous celebration that we had when we were able to receive the residency for my parents, my grandmother, my grandfather.
She had seen a Facebook post that I had put up about offering free citizenship services, and she called me and said, like, what do you do and how can you help me? And I explained to her what the services were. We set up an appointment, and she and her husband both came in and they applied, and then we helped all 3 children get their citizenship, and then we also helped Mariana's father also got his citizenship.
Amazing. I think Veronica, being the director, I think she with a heart.
There's no words to show how much gratitude my family and I have for the Boston Citizenship Project.
Just having the Project Citizenship, you know, like being a support and helping them with whatever they needed was like a huge blessing as well.
They've done so much for us. Like, I know that God's gonna bless them, like, with all, like, you know, all the blessings that they could get.
Que Verónica hace rato nos invitó a que fuéramos a su oficina. Me sentí muy feliz porque ella es una persona que desde la primera vez que la vi me inspiró una confianza muy grande.
That was like when you won the lottery. You feel that you, at the end, be part of this country. I always feel like I'm part of this country, but like legally, you know, I can vote.
I knew it was like a huge achievement, not only in like my family, but like it's pretty much setting an example, I guess, for other families as well. It's for them not to lose hope. Because when I went to the oath and I repeated it, it was really powerful, like to know that you're finally part of this country legally.
The Merida family are very appreciative of the work that Project Citizenship has done for them.
Pues era como que yo lo miraba un poco imposible para mí. Siempre decía yo, no, pues que ténganla ustedes,
I feel
son
appreciated
más
because
importantes.
I've helped
Y yo,
all
pues,
of my family.
si se puede, lo hacemos. Y si no,
I felt
pues
satisfied
igual,
seeing
que
their
yo estoy con
achievements in
ustedes,
getting their
ustedes
citizenship.
conmigo.
I was happier for them than
Entonces,
for me. They
pero
are a
ahora
great
que ya
family.
empezamos
I
el
appreciate
proceso,
her and her team and
primero
what
Dios que
they've
se va a
done
dar.
for us.
Their story is really inspiring and courageous. They've been through a lot to get their citizenship, and they've been very grateful for everything that we've done for them. So it's been a real privilege to be able to help the whole family.
They're just a beautiful family who really appreciates the work that we do and really wants to give back as well. So it's one of my favorite families I've met so far.